What's up, everybody? Welcome to Monday. It's January 27th. Can you believe how fast this month has flew by? It's crazy. I think 2025 is going to be like a blip in memory, I think, personally. As you can tell from the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about being original, originality, setting the trend instead of following the trends. But before we do that, take a look at this shirt. Look, I got another one. This is from House of Chingazos. As you can tell, they always put out some fire shirts. So give them, go to their website, check them out, houseofchingazos.com. Thank you very much for the shirt, guys. We've been busy here. I know other people say that they're busy and stuff like that, but oh my God, my days are flying by. I don't even know what happens, especially getting up. I've been getting up at 4:30 Monday through Friday. And I thought I was gonna be exhausted. I thought I was gonna be tired, but going to the gym, being pushed by my wife has given me new fire, I guess. And especially like the YouTube thing and then the brands and all that stuff. Everything that's happening right now has ignited a fire in me that I haven't seen in a long time. So I was thinking about, well, first off, I wasn't gonna come on here today because I'm still dealing with the brands. I'm still trying out the product so I can know what to say and prepare stuff. And I had to wait for this one item to come in so I could start doing the brands. That way it looks better for the audience. So you could see the brands. And I try to do things in front of my daughters. And having 4 daughters, they each have their own opinion. And I'm always the wrong one. And then my wife, that's 5 women's opinions. So I have my way of doing things and they're like, no, you got to do it this way. So bear with us. I'm getting through the products. I'm trying the stuff. Some of the stuff is really cool, I think. And I can see some stuff working in my business, what we're going to do for event photography, and some stuff that is more for like the podcast here, but we'll start releasing that stuff, doing the videos. I've been doing just the B-rolls, the nice shots of everything and having that stuff done my style. I know everybody else has their own styles. I've been watching branding videos and stuff like that. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how do I want to showcase this products? How do I want to do this stuff? Do I do it with loud and poppy voice, or do I do it with a monotone, or just be real? And I think I'm just going to go with the be real. I don't want to lie to people. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to start on YouTube and be someone I'm not. So anyways, back to what I was saying. I was thinking about how to be, like I said, I wasn't thinking about coming on here. And then I was like, well, you know what? I should. Let me get out there. Let me do a little video and go through. So I was thinking of a title, and my daughter walks in the door and she's got this thing here. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to put it close. I don't want to drop it. I don't want to break it. But look at that. That thing is so cute. So I had to bring it out. I'm like, hey, I want to use it on the podcast. I'm on my video show here. So there it is. I like oddities. If you don't know, I don't like a lot of the artsy-fartsy stuff. Me and my wife were 2 different people. We're like night and day. She likes all the fine arts and everything else. I like stuff like this. Like this, to me, I would pay a lot of money, It's ugly, but it's cute, It's just like an oddity. Makes me, it reminds me of like why I like the Baby Yodas, I have like Baby Yoda t-shirts and chanclas and all kinds of stuff. And my kids are all like, look, there's a Baby Yoda. But so this helped me with what I was going to talk about today. And it's just being original, being yourself. Right now we're bombarded with so much different stuff, especially if you own a business. So many people are saying, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. You have to have killer thumbnails. You have to wear nice shirts and stuff like that. Not have I guess your presence, how you speak. This is how I speak. And I'm coming to accept that more now. In the beginning, when I first started, If you go back through our library, you'll see me try to talk, but it wasn't me. If that makes sense. I left it there because I like to go back and I watch these things and see the progress and see how I've improved or not improved. See if what I did back then has gotten better now. And I think it has. I'm not trying to be like, pop my collar or anything like that. But I do see improvements in how I am coming out here. And one of the major improvements is I feel more comfortable. When I feel comfortable, I let go. I just let myself just come out of my shell. I'm still in my own little environment here. You know, it's different when I'm out and about, but I think it's getting better. Sorry, I'm still looking at these video cameras. I know in the last video that we did, I'm testing out the video cameras. I tested out the audio. The audio came out good. The videos, I'm still working on the angles. So bear with me. I wasn't gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait like other people and wait till things are perfect to put it out. There's no reason to. If it works, it works. So lately, like I said, you know, my wife has ignited a fire in me. I've been getting up at 4:30 in the morning, working out, drinking coffee, and then starting my day. And then by the time other people are waking up that are in my market and they peeled back their eyelids and they're starting to post, I've already dumped like 20 or 30 things on Instagram, TikTok. Well, not TikTok now because it's out. If you're on TikTok and you want to get ahead of me or whatever and you're in my market, go there. Go do that. That'll give you a little break because I'm not on there because I deleted the app off my phone. So I got to wait for iPhone to put it back on. And I'm still on my iPhone recording here. So if you're wondering, I don't have the video cameras ready to go with that. That stuff has to be a little bit better because we're dealing with brands. So, but if you could tell, I'm excited. I'm stoked. You can kind of see it on how I'm speaking. When I get excited, my wife has to calm me down. You know, hey, cállate, shush, and stop me. But yeah, back to being original. It's just being yourself. I know a lot of people say, hey, you know what? You need all the glitz and the bebops and this and boom, boom, bang on your videos. You don't need none of that stuff. You know, I'm trying to incorporate a little things like the little comment stuff. I'm trying to be a little better. You know, you have to give me that. But I'm not going back and cutting stuff off. If you see me drop something, like right now, this heater that's in here is toasty. I'm like burning up. I feel like I'm on fire on this side, but cold on this. But I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm not gonna take it off the video. I'm gonna leave it how it is. The saying, I'm not everybody's cup of coffee, and that's or a cup of tea. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. You don't have to drink it. You know, you can move on. That's what I do. If I see something that I don't like, I just go on through. Just leave it. But the more original you are, the more raw you are, the more you are of yourself, and you just put that out there, it's gonna mesh with somebody. Someone's gonna like it. Someone's gonna be like, hey, you know what? That guy talks like I talk. That guy, I can listen. I can follow. I can go with him. I can't be all bubbly and because that's not me. I'm in between. You know, I'm in between of calmness and crazy. Somewhere, you know, in the middle of that. When I listen to music, you know, my wife listens to Spanish music. I listen to them too, cumbias and stuff like that. But I need that extra kick, so I'll throw on AC/DC or Volbeat, Misfits, Sex Pistols, all the, you know, Dead Kennedys, Bad Religion, all the stuff that I grew up on. Face to Face, if y'all watching this. Everybody has a different thing that they go for. You know, you might not be someone's cup of tea. They might look at you and be like, oh my God, this guy's annoying. Oh my God, this guy's covered in tattoos. You know, this guy speaks weird. I don't know. I'm just going to keep coming on here, and people click with me, they click. If they don't, they don't. But you always want to be original. You don't want to be all trendy and follow the trends. What I've been seeing lately is, I can only speak of my market. There's some cats out there that just use the same video that they've used. Like they have one explosive video that got them tons of views and this and that, and they'll come and try to put it onto the shorts. The way I see YouTube differently now. I wish I would have got on here a long time ago when I went from Instagram and Facebook to TikTok, because TikTok I stepped out of my comfort zone as well. And, we started doing the dances and stuff like that and this and that. I was having fun with my wife, nothing else. And we were doing things different than photography. And yeah, we got bashed on, by the old guard. They're like, oh my God, they're doing TikTok dances. Look at them, they're photographers. Sabes que te la chingada. And always it was on the sides, never face to face. None of them had to say anything to you. That's how the world is. Most of them don't have that spine. But anyways, I see YouTube as different now. The audience, I think the audience is expecting a little bit more from you than coming onto this new platform, trying to make a splash into YouTube using something you exploded on over there. And you'll see it. I see it. I watch people. I have to stay focused on my market because I have to know what everybody's doing, because that gives you the edge. If you sleep on somebody, then they're gonna pass you by some way. So I don't sleep on anybody. And, that's just how it is. But yeah, whatever I did on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that, we'll put some stuff in the shorts, but I'm not going to keep reliving that moment over and over and over and over and over and over and over, expecting different results. If they didn't like it the first time, that is an alert. You know what? It was no good. It's not for this place. We diversified our YouTube account. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back and relabeling all of the stuff we did on our shorts, which is right now it's like 5,000 or 5,500 videos. So I've been going in there every day, putting this into this playlist, that, make it nice and more presentable. So you can distinguish what you watch on here. If you come on here and watch these longer videos, great. A lot of people come and watch the shorts. And now these YouTube videos, they're starting to pick up, not big time, not no Peter McKinnon and everybody else and Mr. Beast, but for me, if it's more than 20 people watching the video, it's 20 people that I didn't even think would watch the video in the first place. We are about being original as best as we can. Do we see some stuff out there and we want to try to go and do it? Yeah, we will. But we'll do it in our own style. When we came onto the market, and, to share a story, when we came out of the market, I didn't see a lot of tattooed photographers here. I didn't see nothing like that. I didn't see anybody with bold logos. I saw people using their name for their business. And I'm not knocking that, If it's like William Hernandez Photography or whatever the case is, that's cool. I wanted something different. I wanted to stand out, because I stand out. I'm not, I always put the picture of these sheep, and I put this little black sheep in the middle, and that represents me, because I'm different. I want to be different. I want to stand out. So I created our logo, and we built our brand. And we focus on learning photography, learning videography. But the main thing was building that brand. Building the brand so it stays in your mind. Same thing with the podcast, that little character that's in the back. Everybody's like, well, what is that? What he's got 2 X's for eyes, and he's got tattoos on his arms and a microphone and a podcast. Well, what do you think it is? Do I have to tell you? And that identifies me now. So I'll put it everywhere. Just how we did the fotolilly logo and stuff like that. Put it everywhere. You gotta stand behind your brand. You gotta stand behind who you are and what you are. If you have to be original. I see a lot of people, like I said, do the same thing over and over. Especially like on YouTube now, I see people doing, like, I think one person shot off like a 40 and over. And I did it too. But I did it for the photography world, So I put my own little niche on it. But I'm talking about the people that do everything the same way as somebody else. The same, down to a T. That's not going to get you anywhere here. And I'm realizing that. We've shifted, like I said the other day on my shorts, and that sounds funny. It sounded like I said on my shorts. We shifted. So what I was doing before, like I said, I'm kind of stoked that, well, not stoked, but with TikTok going down, it kind of opened up the door for me to just be like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to put them out like that, because it's all stuff recorded on my cell phone. All of our main material goes to our clients and our customers. That stuff is polished and cleaned up and done. All the shorts and stuff like that, I had tons of it on my cell phone. So why am I going to go and be like all the pizzazz and do like an epic movie on it, a cinematic movie to catch attention from a cell phone? So I just started just putting it out, just letting them go. Here it is, 4, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Cell phone goes up and down. I don't even cut it anymore because they're shorts. That's not where I'm going to allocate my time. There's stuff to show people, hey, this is what we're doing behind the scenes. And then that's another thing too. Don't listen to people that criticize your stuff if it's coming from your same colleagues, your same market. They don't matter. They do not. The only people that matter is your clients, your customers, and the people that you're reaching. Your intention over perfection is going to get you the results. Let them hem and haw all they want and diss you and that, this and that. They won't do it face to face anyways. Like I said, le faltan. Just put the stuff out there. You're not looking for your colleagues. You're not looking for your competitors to see your stuff and be like, wow, look what he's doing. That's what I'm doing. So they're seeing these shorts, I'm just putting stuff out there. But what they're not seeing behind the wall of doubt and the wall of negativity is I'm opening the doors to our clients. So when we meet with them and we're speaking to them, and they come into our house to talk to us, because our offices are here now, and they want to book us for their event. I ask them, I'm like, hey, how did you hear us? And they'll tell us, and I'm like, hey, well, have you seen our YouTube, our TikToks, and our Instagrams? And they'll tell us, yeah. They'll tell us one thing, yes or no. The ones that say yes have watched almost all of our TikToks, all of our behind the scenes, because that's what they want to see. They want to see how you interact with their main, I guess their precious person, If it was me, my daughter, my daughters, we're taking care of these, or, we're going to capture these memories for these people. How are you behind that camera? A lot of times, and I've seen it firsthand. When people start believing that they are above everybody and everybody else is like here, and then they're little photographers that have been doing it for 5 or 6 years, whatever. I've been doing it for 25 years and I've heard it. Someone has actually said it to us on a session. And if you think I'm loud, my wife is louder than me. So we're at a session and this guy, we're doing our thing. He's with his person. This guy has the audacity to come over to where we're doing our photo shoot and say, hey, you know what? You should put her this style, move her like this. And I already knew that my wife was like just biting her mouth. And she just like looked at him and he introduced himself. I'm not going to say his name. I guess how he is follows him, so I don't need to say his name in our market. But anyways, to close it out, he says, well, this is my name. I've been doing photography for 20 years. I've done this and that. And then my wife's like, ¿Y quién chingaste te pregunté? Who asked you? ¿Qué te preguntó? You know, we didn't ask you. We didn't say, hey, you know what? Can you help us? Or who are you, Mr. Guru, Mr. 20-year photographer? Hombre, get out of here. I didn't have to say nothing because she fired off real quick. But that was deserved because he did that. That's crazy. And it makes me laugh still. And he still pulls it. I could see it when he says it with other people. I just stay quiet. I'm like, you know what? There's moments in life that you look at people and you're like, you know what? Nah, man, I'm going to let him go. I'm going to let this one go. I'm going to let this one slide. Because you already know what you could do. And if you're trying to be better, as a better person, or whatever the case is, God damn, this thing is toasty. Sorry. You learn to look past things. You know, you learn to look things how it is. You know, you start to feel bad for that person. You're like, dude, you know, you're a douchebag. Oh my God. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna call this person Spoonie. Unless you have a better name. If you have a better name for this thing, drop it in the comments. So I want to see what people suggest I should call her. I guess because she has a little flower on her butt. Like I said, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It don't matter. They don't have to drink it. They can go somewhere else. Be yourself. I follow people that you wouldn't even think they would have a channel. You know, I follow some people and they're like, they sound like they just came out of like some ghetto. You know, whatever. I grew up in the barrio of San Antonio. I grew up not, you know, it was like a poverty area. My parents did the best they could, you know. But I grew up around a lot of Mexican, you know, people. My dad's Mexican, my mom's Irish. So all the kids in my neighborhood, they were all Mexican. I didn't have anything else. So that's how I spoke. I learned how to start getting away from that because I used to be, you know, the little, what's up, vato, you know, talking with that long word, like, hey, that's a cool car, ese. Where are you going? What are you doing on this side of town? You know? But when I went to the Marine Corps, they pounded the hell out of that. that didn't fly there. So I had to change how I spoke. And I've been trying to change. You know, I'll get around my friends and we'll start spitting like that. I did have a story. You know what? This is for my friend Virginia. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I stayed in San Diego. And my friend Virginia, she was a really good friend of mine. And she had this huge husband, you know, his name was Chewy. Big dude, big. I'm talking about like ogre. And just, you know, he had the pants up to here and the shirt, you know, the wife, I don't want to say the word, but you know what I'm saying. You had the big old handlebars. Chewy. And he had another cat with him. And I wanted to be cool, you know. Virginia was my friend, and she was like, "Hey, Chewy's gonna go down to Mexicali. You want to go with him? He's gonna get a tattoo." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then he showed up and he, picked me up. I'm like, "Hey, guys." I tell you, man, I get into these worst situations ever. So they picked me up, and the other guy is just as big. And the first thing I say to him, I'm like, dude, you're not going to eat me, right? The guy looked like he just came out of the joint. Like he spent like 30, 40 years in the joint. I mean, he had big old bars like this too. Big, I'm talking about fat bars. It's like, you could like sweep the floor just like. He just stares me down and I thought it was dead. I thought they were going to. I thought Virginia set me up. So he looks down and he's like, "You're funny, dude." We started driving from San Diego all the way to Mexicali. And then they're giving me these beers. Boom, 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 boom. We're just drinking in the truck. You know, I don't know how many hours or whatever the case. And then they lit up something else, I don't want to say. But I mean, we look like Cheech and Chong on this big lifted truck going down the freeway to Mexico. So I was already like, woo. And we get there, and the guy that does the tattoos, his name is Huicho. Huicho was a former gang banger out of San Diego. And he was so bad that they kicked him out of the United States. You got to be bad to be kicked out. He served time in prison, and then he got out, and then boom, they sent him off. So he had to do tattoos in Mexicali, which was close to California border. So we get there, and like I said, I'm trying to make it short. Stone, whatever the case is, blasted. And I should have said, they went around, they're like, who's first? And me, because I was kind of timid on these guys. Like I said, you got to know who you can take and who you can't. I'm not going to take these two big ogres. They would break me out in half. And then the Huicho was just as bad. Huicho was just as big. I mean, tattooed, just blown out everywhere. And they went first, second. And then 6 o'clock rolls by, and he's like, what do you want? I show him this tattoo, and I'm like, well, I want this, I'll try to show it. I want this girl. It's on a Lowrider magazine. And I'm like, I want this on my arm. He's like, you're gonna hang with that? And it was like 6 a.m. I haven't slept. They're smoking out in this place. I couldn't even breathe. And so he starts tattooing me, bum, 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 bum. And then I'm looking up. I'm like, And then boom, I pass out. I wake up to the hardest slap of my life. I mean, it would look like something out of a movie, like, pow, and spit just fly everywhere. My friend, her husband, Chewy, slapped me. And I don't know if you guys ever seen that Las Vegas movie where they're driving back and everybody's quiet. That's how I was. The point of my story is, don't be last to anything. Always be first. Always be the first person to put something out. Don't follow a trend. Don't do anything. Don't wait on somebody else. Don't listen to anybody else. Don't sit second place, because you're gonna get slapped. Like that ogre slapped the hell out of me. Chewy, if you're watching this, that freaking hurt, and you know it. My face was elevated, like I had a handprint for hours the whole time, and I was just out there looking out the side of the truck like, So, Huicho, there it is. It's healed. That was, man, dude, 20-something years ago. Anyway, so the video kind of went a little longer, more than I expected. I got to turn this thing off. It's burning me up. Spoonie, like I said, if you have a different name, drop it in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for being a part of all this. Thank you for being a part of me. Thank you for being part of this, whatever is going to happen here. All God. Here, like I said, no negativity. Here, like I said, we're going to be moving forward. We're going to be doing different things. We're going to be not following trends. We're not going to be following people. We're not going to be listening to people that don't matter. I'm here to make the rest of my life the best of my life. I'm here to set trends and not follow trends. I'm here to be an inspiration to people and not chastise people. I'm not here to blast anybody for what they do. Everybody wants something out of life. Everybody wants to live better and be better. We shouldn't knock anybody down for it. Yeah. What do you think, Spoonie? All right. So let me move them out of the way first so I don't drop them. I almost did drop them right there. She would have been mad. Cielo, my daughter, thank you for her. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Deuces.